Hello there, and welcome to the Better with Boundaries course and community. I am so happy to have you here and looking forward to getting started. But before we do, I wanted to make sure that we went over just a couple little intro items, make sure you're kind of familiar with how things are going to go down and what to expect here. So first, I just wanted to give a brief little introduction on what the difference is sort of between teaching and coaching and therapy and how this all might apply to your life. So this course in itself, like the videos and all of that, is just an educational course with a teaching format. It's not technically coaching unless you have questions about your own life and how this information applies to you, and you're looking for kind of some specifics of how to handle things or what you should do. And so as you're in like the Facebook community, you might end up getting some coaching there. Or also don't forget that you have 2 30-minute sessions one-on-one available with me within the first 90 days of your purchase. And we can kind of dive deeper into maybe some extra things that you're struggling with, or just stuff that you need more information or want to do a little bit more deeper internal work on. That's where coaching would come in. As far as therapy goes, this program is not therapy. It should not be a replacement for it. Therapy will go much deeper into some consistent recurring struggles that you have, or if you have some really, deeper emotions and attachments to things that just keep kind of coming up and bringing you down, and you're finding yourself in highly emotional states quite often, then it probably wouldn't hurt to entertain the idea of therapy if you have not already seen a therapist. If you have any questions or you're wondering, like, maybe that sounds like me, but I'm not really sure, is coaching better than therapy, or should I go see a therapist? I'm more than happy to kind of work through and just talk through that with you. So feel free to get in touch and I can help kind of recommend which way you might be able to go. Some people go see a therapist before they enter into any kind of coaching because they really need to do some work first before they can move forward. Some people use them in tandem. So there are times when therapy and coaching can work hand in hand together, and you can use them both to sort of support the success that you want in your life. But again, reach out if you have any questions on that. So wanted to go over a little bit of the reality of self-help. So if you are an adult human, it is likely that you have already tried something to improve your life that you haven't seen dramatic lasting results on. So whether that's books that you've read or other programs that you've purchased or things that you've done that you maybe purchased thinking that you would make all these grandiose changes, and then it just really, maybe you only got halfway through the book and then you put it down, or the program was great, but then you forgot most of the concepts later, right? So that happens a lot. And so I want to make it really, really clear what you kind of need to do in this program, and how you can sort of advocate for yourself throughout. So in this reality of self-help, this program is really compact. There's a lot of information in it, and it's kind of a short amount of time to go through it. So going through this the one time won't change everything in your life, right? So I made this program on purpose as a lifetime access so that you can repeat it as needed, right? So you can take your time on certain modules or certain things if you need to, if you feel like you really want to integrate those more in your life before you move on. Or you can go through the whole program, set some things in place, and then start over again from the beginning, because once you have another base to work with, your foundation is different. And so your learning will be different if you try to do it again. You'll always get something just a little bit different out of it every time that you go through. So don't be afraid to start from the beginning and try again anytime. There's a quote that I love from a man named James Hunter, and it is that people need to be reminded more often than taught. And it is so true. It is very rare that you will be taught one thing and then you'll just like take it and run with it and be good forever, right? You need to remind yourself. So another important thing is that while you are going through it is to apply what you're learning consistently, because knowledge without application is basically useless. You can know all the things you want about what you should be doing or what would help you, but if you don't actually put them into practice and do them, they're not going to help you, right? Like I can know that I need to brush my teeth regularly to keep my teeth clean, but if I don't actually put the brush to my teeth, it's not going to clean them, right? So same kind of concept here. And just understand too that if you're not challenging yourself, the path of least resistance will always take over, and your autopilot will just go right back to the way that you've always been, or whatever you've been struggling with that has led you here into this program. It just will continue on its own unless you challenge the ideas that you have and start putting new things into place. And also there's the Facebook community that is available to you to help, maybe you'll get some reminders or new ideas from other people. This is just a like-minded group of people that it's really good to just surround yourself with so that you can consistently remember what you're trying to achieve here, right? So your attitude is also going to be a really important part of getting the results that you want. So you have to maintain an attitude of willingness, right? It's not all of the information in this program. It's not just strictly made up by me. This isn't all made up information that I'm trialing for the first time. It is a compilation of a lot of education and a lot of things that I have learned along my journey. And these concepts are very widely known and they're proven to work. And I've just distilled them, everything that I've learned into this short program for you to make it easy access, and that you don't have to do all of the same things that I did to get here. So be willing to give things a try. If you struggle with the doubt at first, the whole first module will actually help you with that. It has a lot to do with the awareness of yourself, and also taking some of these limiting beliefs and ideas that you have and turning them into more positive and helpful things for you. So you need to probably adjust your approach a little bit after that, to just be really open to learn, and then of course to experiment and to try some new things. You're open to play around with these concepts, so try things and take what you like, leave what you don't. Again, you might pick whatever you leave this time, you might pick up next time, but just be open to exploring it, right? Whatever it is that you start putting into place in your life, you don't have to keep it. If it doesn't seem to be working for you at the time, then drop it. But it's just meant to be kind of more of a learning process than anything. And really just be willing to be bad so that you can get good, right? There might be some mistakes or slip ups or things along the way that kind of lead you off track, but it's just because you're not used to this yet. It's uncomfortable. Change is always a little bit uncomfortable, but you have to practice the being bad. You have to be willing to have a little bit of failure in order to master the concepts and get really good at it. And also you need to believe that you'll get value out of this program. You can't come into it and just going, well, I've tried a bunch of things before and those didn't really work for me, and this probably won't either. So whatever, but I'll give it a try. That's not the right attitude to move forward with this. You have to believe that the information here is useful and valuable to you, and that, putting them into practice in your life will work. And again, putting it into practice, putting this into your own life, your own circumstances, and your own situation will help you really connect the dots, right? And bridge the gap of what you're learning and what this will do for you, rather than just, they're not just open-minded concepts that you're like, oh yeah, well, it is good if people do that. No, it's good if you do it. Just make sure that you're always putting it in your own scenarios. And in order to get what you came for in this program, you have to be willing to take full responsibility for yourself, both in this program and just always in your life, because that's what you're going to learn moving forward. This program is not going to be a place for a victim mindset. So be ready to start asking yourself some really meaningful questions, and being willing to, take those questions, give yourself some honest answers, and figure out what you need to do to get the better results that you want in your life. And simplicity is absolutely key. Do not overcomplicate this program. It is not meant to add a bunch of extra things you need to do in your life, right? Keep it as simple as you can to keep it manageable and to keep yourself motivated to want to keep doing it. If you struggle with this at all, again, bring it, send me a message, bring it to me, bring it to the community. If you're feeling stressed out about this in a way of it adding a bunch of stuff to your plate, then that's a time to question what you're actually doing with it and if you can simplify it any further. So ask for help and definitely you will receive it. And then, yeah, definitely just advocate for yourself, right? You're here probably because you have overworked yourself, or you're always, relying on other people to tell you how to be and what to do, and, just catering to what they want. So your natural tendency has been to put yourself last. And in circumstances like that, programs like this or anything that you kind of try will definitely fall to the bottom of the list and eventually will just fall off the cliff, right? But you need to make this a priority in your life if it's going to work. So even if you're just spending, 15 minutes a day, I've purposely created this program very bite-sized so that you can just do little bits at a time. And by doing that, you should be able to focus a lot on just these like minute little things that will help move you in the right direction and not let any, other distractions or things take you off course. And I'm just going to also call out and say that, if you find yourself saying that you don't have time, I would be willing to bet that there is something you are doing. There's some kind of habit you have in your life that is possibly not helping you very much, that you could be putting this program in place of that in order to create a better future for you rather than falling into the same patterns. So, and just kind of the final thought on this part is that you need to start with this program with the belief that you can do it. So any change you want to make ever in your life has to start with the belief that you can. And so if you kind of come with this, idea of I've failed in the past, I've never been able to figure this out, that's not going to help you, right? Again, module 1 will help you with the self-talk and self-worth and adding some more positive thoughts about yourself in it. But just, you really have to believe that this is absolutely possible. You can do this. Maybe you're not going to master it again the first time run through, but run through it again. Keep trying, keep working it out because you can do it. I for sure believe in you. And I can believe enough for the both of us. I suppose that's why I'm here doing this video right now, but you need to believe in yourself too. So again, if you have any struggles with that, reach out. We could have a coaching session on that. If you wanted one of your 30-minute sessions, you can, kind of determine what's best for you there. So throughout these videos, you will also notice some tools and extra support kind of at the end of every video. I'll sort of explain what's available to you. So there will be worksheets and guides and prompts on many of the videos, not on all of them, but they will be there for many of them. And they're not required homework or anything like that, but they will definitely help you in the application of, putting this to your life and really like digging up some thoughts that maybe you didn't realize you had. You might be unearthing some new discoveries and breakthroughs and things like that. So that's what the worksheets will help you with. Also, like I mentioned, the Better with Boundaries Facebook community, if you have not joined yet, definitely find the link for that and get in that group, because that is going to be a great place to go to get support, encouragement, ask questions, all of that. Just join this great community. And when you are in there, and if somebody does have a question and you're wanting to help them out, I just want to mention that sometimes asking questions is more effective than offering straight advice. In the coaching world, this is something that we're trained to do, is just get curious and, help somebody unearth things they already know about themselves, but they maybe either are too afraid to say, or they don't know it's there, and it just helps them kind of bring things to light. So, give that a try, start practicing that. Don't not comment because you're afraid of doing this wrong, or that you think that you'll get in trouble if you offer advice and you don't ask questions. That is not the case at all. Definitely say whatever you feel like you need to say, but in practicing asking questions, you'll also be able to get really good at this and apply it to your life outside of this course. So if you have, a partner, a spouse, children, or anybody in your life that you're having tough communication with, the practice of asking questions can be instrumental in doing better at these conversations and just creating better connections. So give it a try and play around in the group. It's the best place to do that, right? Last but certainly not least, the most important thing in the group is that this is a safe place at all times. I will not tolerate any unkind behavior in this group, and I will not be afraid to kick anybody out of it who is not applying kindness first in their messaging. We need to make sure that we're all feeling very safe to share in this group. And safety is super, super important for growth and learning. So please make sure that if you are commenting on anybody else's, that you are just really staying with a base of kindness. And let me know if for any reason I have missed anything and somebody else is being very unkind. I will be more than happy to address that. So that is it for the intro video. I hope that that summarized kind of, the beginning of parts of this and how it's going to work. But if you have any questions, absolutely reach out. Otherwise, I will see you in module number 1. That is all about self-worth, why we struggle with it and how we can improve it. And I will see you there. Hello there, and